Good morning. This is a recording for Saturday, March 9th. The essay from the Book of Awakening that I'm going to read for you today is titled Feeling Our Way Through. As always, after reading, we're going to do a short meditative reflection around the subject. Underneath, there is only one emotion. Underneath, there is only one emotion. I used to struggle, fighting off sadness or trying not to be anxious. But as most of us learn, once that drop of melancholy or unrest beads on the heart, trying to feel anything else is denial. Once the mind, like a long guitar string, is somehow plucked with the slightest agitation, there is nothing to do but let it wring itself out. We all know of the tears that turn to laughter, or the laughing that breaks open to a cry, or the anger that crumbles into a tender loneliness, or the cool face of indifference that cracks, eventually showing its adhesive of fear. Amazingly, as the infinite forms of flowers all rise from the same earth, the earthly garden of emotions, in all their delicate shapes or colors, all rise from the same earth of heart. What this opens for us is the often hard to accept fact that underneath there is only one unnameable emotion, which all feelings know as home. Despite our efforts to be happy and not sad, to be calm and not anxious, to be clear and not confused, to be understanding and not angry, despite all the ways we carve up our reactions to living and then run from one to the other, despite our fear of certain feelings, it is feeling each of them all the way through that lands us in the vibrant ache that underwrites our being alive. To reach this vibrant place is often healing. It is a hard thing, though, to lean into a sadness we don't want, to let the tremor of anxiety work its way through. For myself, my resistance to unpleasantness has been my fear that if I give over to the sadness or anxiety or confusion or pain that is upon me, I will just drown in it. I fear it will take over my life. I will become nothing but sadness or anxiety or confusion. But what I discover again and again is that anyone feeling deeply enough, that is thoroughly and completely, somehow opens me to the common source of all feeling. And at that source, no one feeling can last by itself. So through our feelings, not around them, we come upon the unnameable source of all feeling that can heal us of the pain of any one wound. Take a comfortable position and, as usual, take a few moments to settle. Settle into your body, your heart, your mind. Settle into this moment, right here, right now. Your breath nice and soft, completely natural. Simply breathe in and out and notice how your breath is received by your body, how your body creates the breath. See if you can get a sense of spaciousness, a sense of freedom in your breathing, allowing all the experiences of the present moment, physical sensations, thoughts, emotions, to just flow through you as energy that they are, without struggle. And as you breathe in this way, know that you are safe in our reflective space. And when you are ready, allow yourself to feel one moment of sadness or anxiety or confusion that you are carrying. You don't have to describe what you're feeling in words. Rather, you want to touch, to know that feeling. See if you can drop the story that may be associated with this feeling and just ask yourself, what does this feel like? What does this sadness feel like? What does this anxiety feel like? And allow it to move through your whole body. It is said that the cycle of an emotion is only 60 to 90 seconds. If we let this emotion just pass through our body without fueling it with incessant thoughts. So when thoughts come up and distract you, just note that. Thinking, thinking, and come back to experiencing. Come back to just finding the feeling. Breathe in and out steadily, feeling it, experiencing it, resting in this experience. And whatever you're feeling right now, just sit with it. Sit in the home base of your being, this vast spaciousness of your mind, the open dimension of you. You're not trying to breathe the emotions away, but there can be the feeling of having a lot of space around the emotion. You might feel less smothered by it. So if the feeling begins to pass, the sadness or anxiety or confusion or whatever you picked, just note the lessening of the sadness, of this anxiety, of this confusion. And call this sensation the beginning of peace. I want to complete this reflection with a poem from Danna Foltz. It's titled, It's Enough. It is enough right now to taste one moment of peace. Of course I want more, but at least the door is open. It is enough to draw a conscious breath and let my hands relax, fingers releasing their tight grasp on things outside my control. It is enough to shed a layer of stress as if taking off a jacket or a pair of too tight shoes. Ease of being has to start somewhere. This breath is my first step. Now place your hands on your heart and, as always, send yourself the energy of loving kindness, with gratitude to yourself for being here, for doing this exercise. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I feel cared for, protected, at ease. May I know deep, natural peace. Now gently let go of your practice and, as always, scan your body, noticing what's going on for you right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you, really? As you go through your day today, I invite you to continue with this exercise. Can you drop the story and connect directly with what you're feeling? Of course, it's not easy by any stretch of imagination, but when we train ourselves to do it, if only for a few fleeting moments, we open up to spaciousness and feel more settled with whatever arises in our life. This is the beginning of peace. And right now, this is enough. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a gorgeous day, and I will see you tomorrow.